Greetings, my subscribers. As they're my newest subscribers, thank you all for coming. Now, for today, I'm going to demonstrate to you on how I prepare my succulent brown stew fish with vegetable rice. Yes, you heard correctly. Succulent brown stew fish with vegetable rice. Now, guys, this demonstration is worthwhile watching, and you don't want to miss this. So stay tuned, and I'll be right back. Thanks for tuning in. Now, here in the bowl, I have approximately 2 pounds of fish, and it's a mixture of kingfish and sliced trout. Alright, so I'm going to rinse it off, then I'm going to wash it with some lime juice and vinegar. Now, we eventually scale the fish already and clean up it. You know what I mean? So I'm just rinsing it off. Alright, just rinsing it off, and then I'm going to go ahead and pour me some lime juice and vinegar on the fish. Get some more water now. Then I'm going to go ahead and add some Carl's lime juice. Let me stop right there. Carl's lime juice. Then here I have some Robert's vinegar. I'm going to pour some in there as well. And as I said before, when washing meat, lime juice and vinegar does the work perfectly. You know what I mean? Not only does it wash the meat, but it reduces the level of bacteria. You know what I mean? So you want to use lime juice and vinegar. And believe you me, I have been doing this for the longest while now, and I'm telling you, I have no complaints. You know what I mean? And I've noticed that people are doing the same thing as I do by using lime juice and vinegar, right? So I'm gonna allow it to sit for a few minutes, right? And just give it a few stir, you know what I mean? I wanna make sure the lime juice and vinegar is mixed properly. Then I'm just gonna allow it to sit in there like so for a few minutes, and then I'm gonna come back and then I'm gonna wash it thoroughly. Alright, so stay tuned for that. Now I'm gonna go ahead now and ensure that the fish are properly washed, right? As we said before, they were already scaled, so all I have to do is just ensure that they properly washed. You know what I mean? As I see, we allow it to soak within the water, you know what I mean, to observe some of that water, you know what I mean, because they don't know cleanliness is next to godliness. I want to make sure so the meat or the fish or the chicken is properly washed, right? And I'm going to rinse it so they throw off the lime juice water. So I'm rinsing now. Now I'm going to rinse it for, I'm going to probably rinse it like 3 times just to ensure that it's properly rinsed. You know what I mean? I want to thoroughly rinse it off. You know what I mean? That's just how it is. I'm going to do it for 3 times just to ensure that it's properly rinsed. two. One more time. And that should be good enough. I'm now throwing out the water. So now the fish is properly rinsed, alright? And that's just how I like it to be, you know what I mean? Yeah. Now I'm going to use my paper towel and sap the water from the fish, alright? After doing that, I'm going to place it in the plate beside me because I'm going to season the fish, right? Yeah, you know, when you're frying fish, you don't want to have no water in it, right? Not saying you don't want to moisture in it, I'm just saying that you don't want too much water. You know, oil and water don't mix. Oil and water don't mix. So, trying to get as much water from the fish is better than to have the fish, you know, with too much water in it. Alright, so I'm just sapping the water from the fish, right? So after doing this, then I'm going to season it. So that's why I'm placing it in the plate right next to the bowl. Alright. Now I'm going to dispose of this piece because this piece has absorbed a lot of water as it seems. Now I'm going to place this piece of fish now on the plate and get a piece more paper towel. Then I'm going to sap it. Let me just try to ease off some of the water from the fish, you know what I mean? Because as much as I wash the fish and you know, make the water drain off, the water still inside the fish. And that's what I'm talking about, you know what I mean? So when I feel just make sure say they can try to get rid of as much water from out of the fish. As you can see the water dripping from it, you see that? That's what I'm talking about. So I'm just squeezing it, not too hard, you know, but just to allow some of the water to flow out. Right, so I'm gonna sap it now. Alright, this piece is now done, so I'm going to place it in the plate. Then I have 2 more pieces to go. Alright, so I'm going to drain it off. So slightly, just a squeeze to it. So the water can drain off, you know what I mean? You see the water flowing off? That's the amount of water that's in the fish. Alright, so I'm going to stop it now. Now, as I said before, you know, I don't want to add too much pressure to it because I don't want to squeeze out the fish. So what I do was say, slightly give it a squeeze, you know what I mean? Just to allow some of the water to flow. That's all I did. And then I sap it. So these are the sliced trout. What I did before was the kingfish. Alright. Now look at this, guys. This is the water we light. After I may wash it and allow it to drain, that's the water that's still remaining. Can you imagine? Because after washing, you know, guys, I allow it to drain, you know. So I was not expecting to see so much water within the fish or within the bowl, but that's just the way it is sometimes. Things just unpredictable. You know what I mean? So I'm just gonna sap it now. Flip it over and sap it. Alright, that's about it. So just keep on tuning and you'll see on how I get the fish them seasoned. So I'm gonna go ahead now and season the fish. So here I have my Maggi pepper season. As I said before, guys, my Maggi pepper season are the best season that I've ever come across when it comes out to dry season. Yeah, Maggi pepper season. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna That's some Maggi pepper season on the fish. Like so, you know what I mean? Just make sure it's properly coated on this side. Now, you know, you see back in the day we used to use black pepper and salt. You know what I mean? But, you know, things and time change, you know what I mean? So, no need to be using black pepper and salt anymore. But then, if you find it more cheaper for you to use the black pepper and salt, go right ahead, because this pack here, this container of Maggi pepper season costs around 450 Jamaican, right? 450 Jamaican. But you know, the salt and black pepper is much cheaper. So if you want to go the cheaper route, no problem. Feel free to go right ahead. Alright, so I'm gonna sprinkle a little of my dash season. No, dash season has herb and garlic in it, right? Alright, so I'm just gonna sprinkle some here on the fish as well. You know, I like to use both season, the dash and the Maggi peppers, because both of them make a perfect combination when you're seasoning any kind of meat kind. Fish, chicken, pork, beef, cow foot, you name it, anything, you know what I mean? So I'm going to now kind of gently rub it in, because I want the season to penetrate the skin on it. So I'm going to gently rub it in, like so. Rub them in, and rub them in, yes, gently rub them in, you see it? Some like to do it, you know, guys, rub it in. Just use this finger and rub it in, you know what I mean? Now this piece now, I'm going to apply the season to the face part of it right here. That way the cut is, yeah, right? Even though I'm gonna place some on the skin, I wanna make sure the face piece here has a little season as well, you know what I mean? Rub it in same way, yeah. Alright, so what I'm gonna do now is to flip them over on the next side. Flip them over. Flip them over. Right? Flip them over, yes. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing as we did before. Maggi peppers on both sides. Hey, you know what, guys? You see this Maggi pepper season, believe me, it has salt in it, you know, but you see, it's not like some other seasonings. The salt in it is just small amount of salt. I'm telling you, a very small amount of salt. So as much as you season the fish here, you may be thinking that, oh my God, that's all that season. No, it's not, because you know what? It's not salted. You know what I mean? It's not. It's a nice season to use. So I would definitely recommend you try use both season, the Maggi pepper season and the dash. Right? Now guys, I'm not getting no incentive or anything on the start for promoting this. I'm just saying it because I feel comfortable using it. And you know, for some people who don't use salt and stuff like that, you know what I mean, I recommend that you use these seasonings. These seasonings are the real deal. You know what I mean, when you come out to season your pork, fish, chicken, mutton, just about anything. You know what I mean? Like I said before, I would not suggest it to you to use it unless me try it. And you have been seeing me using it, so it just means that, hey, it works. You know what I mean? So I'm going to allow my fish them to sit for maybe an hour or so, just to soak up the season properly tonight. You know what I mean? And then I'm gonna fry it. So keep on tuning in and you'll see the results, alright? The fish is now properly soaked. So I'm going to go ahead and light the flame. You know what I mean? Yeah man, for real. And put the skillet on. Alright guys, so the skillet is lit and there's some oil in it. I did not put too much oil in it. You know what I mean? The skillet is non-stick, so I don't need no whole heap of oil in it. Just enough oil just to fry the fish. Alright, so I'm gonna give it, you know, probably next 5 minutes to get fully hot, and then we can kick it. Alright. Alright, so let's keep on tuning in and you'll see the result. Alright, so the skillet has reached the heated point. So I'm gonna go ahead now and get the fish and begin the process of frying them. Alright, so in goes the fish. Yeah, so as you can see now, there are 4 pieces of fish within the skillet. So I'm gonna allow them to fry and brown, you know what I mean? Because I like when my fish are golden brown. I don't mean burnt, you know, I mean golden brown, alright? So it has to be properly fried. So just keep on tuning in, you feel me? And you'll see the results, alright? So I'm going to flip them on the next side now. So I'm just going to reach in. Let me just check to see. Alright, I'm going to let it stay for a few more minutes on that side. So I'm going to give it a few more minutes before I flip it, alright? So I'm going to go ahead now and flip the fish. So I'm flipping it on the next side. Alright, there you go. You see, now look at the texture, guys. As I said before, I like my fish is fried golden brown, you know what I mean? I don't mean burnt, you know, I mean golden brown. Alright, let's flip this one over here. Yeah, let me see this one now. This one as well. Alright, so I'm flipping them now and allow them to go and fry on the next side. Alright, so just keep on tuning in and you'll see the results. Alright, so I'm going to take the fishes out. Alright, so I'm going to allow them to drain out a little bit. Then I'm going to place them on a plate right next to me and take a towel just to absorb some of the oil from the fish. Now putting 2 more pieces in. Now these want to fry some more on the other side, so I'm just going to allow them to fry probably for a minute or 2 and then I'll take them out. So just keep on tuning in, alright? So I'm going to take these 2 pieces out now. I'm going to allow these 2 pieces to continue to fry until they finish. Alright. So I have only 2 more pieces remaining and that's it right there. So just keep on tuning in and you'll see and how I get things done here in the kitchen. You know, as I said before, you know guys, I don't know, but this is for me. You see, if I'm going to cook, I'm going to demonstrate to you and how I get things done, you know what I mean? Because not everyone can cook. Furthermore, you have some folks who don't know how Jamaicans cook, you know what I mean? So my channel is all about educating people on how Jamaican food is prepared. You know what I mean? So I can't do a 10 minutes video. I'll show you how I cook an entire meal. It doesn't work that way. I want to show you the step-by-step process and how I get things done. You know what I mean? So that's just how it is. You know, that's what my channel is all about. It's all about, you know, preparing nice Jamaican dishes. You feel me? So let's keep on tuning in and you'll see on how I get things done in here in the kitchen, alright? Alright, so I'm gonna flip the fish on the next side now. Yeah, so I'm gonna allow them to continue to fry. Now I don't need to cover the skillet, you know what I mean, just allow it to naturally fry as is. You know what I mean, the thing is if you should cover the skillet, right, you know what's gonna happen? It's gonna start to develop water, right, and then it's gonna start splashing, you know, island water over it, so you don't wanna cover it. Just leave it open as is and allow it to fry, you know what I mean? That's just how it is. So let's keep on tuning in, alright? There's no time to take over these bad boys. I'm gonna turn the flame off. Fish is properly fried. You know what I mean? As you can see, it's on a piece of paper towel in the plate because you don't know when you observe the oil from the fish, you know what I mean? So that's why it's on the paper towel. Alright, so here are my seasonings that I'm going to cut up. So here I have some sweet pepper, I have thyme, tomato, scotch bonnet pepper, onion, and some garlic. You know what I mean? Yeah, man, see the seasoning well properly cut up and ready, you know what I mean? Straight. Now here I have some vegetables that is already cut up. So I have some Irish potato along with some carrots. And this will be added to the fish. You know what I mean? Oh yes. Alright, so the flame is now lit and the pot is almost fully heated. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pour some of the same oil. That's the same oil as you can see here in the skillet that I used to fry the fish. I'm going to pour some in there, alright? So before I do so, right, I'm just going to use my spoon and just skim off some of the, you know, the seasons and all that thing that came out the fish. Yeah. Alright, so I was gonna use a spoon, but instead I just use a strainer. Right? Now it's metal in the bottom, so there's no worries within it being burned up or anything with the oil, because it's metal in the bottom. Alright? As you can see now, I extract the oil. Yeah, extract it. So there it is now. So all the debris is now falling within the strainer itself. Alright? Alright. Alright, so while the skillet, the pot here is getting preheated, I'm going to add in the seasonings. And that's the onion, no, not the onion, the scallion with the bell pepper, tomato, scotch bonnet pepper, alright, and the garlic. So everything is now within the pot here before me. And I'm just frying up the seasonings. Alright, so the seasonings, as you can see, they're frying up. Now the flame was not turned up too high, you know what I mean? I don't want them to burn. Just want them to fry but not burn, you know what I mean? So what I'm gonna do next is to add in some water, alright? Alright, so what I'm gonna do next is to pour in some water. Right? Pour in some water, so I add 1 cup of water. Then I'm gonna go ahead and put in my iced potato along with the carrots. Alright? I love vegetables, you know. Vegetables is a must. Vegetables is a must. Okay, so the vegetables are in. Just give it a little stir. Put in some thyme. You know, thyme is the flavor, right? Yeah. So after doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and add some soy sauce. Hold on. Cap is gonna put this out. Alright. So add some soy sauce now. Now the soy sauce is to change the shade of the color, because you know what? I'm going to use ketchup in it, right? And you know with the ketchup, right? What's gonna happen is the ketchup is gonna make it red. I don't want it too red, so that's why I add some soy sauce in it. So I'm gonna add some ketchup now. Alright, so I'm pouring in some ketchup. Of it, so I'm knocking it out. I want to make sure I get everything from out of it, you know what I mean? That's just how it is with we Jamaicans. Nothing goes to waste, nothing at all. So after doing this, I'm going to catch a little water in the container. So after catching the water in the container, I'm going to shake it. So you know that everything comes out, you know what I mean? So shake it like so, I'm getting everything from it. So nothing goes to waste, nothing at all, alright? Now I'm going to pour it in, like so. There you go, alright. Then I'm going to give that a stir again. Then I'm gonna taste it. Not bad. You know what it misses? I'm gonna tell you what it misses. I like a Maggi pepper seasoning. You can taste the spice and everything, the pepper and everything. You just need a little Maggi pepper seasoning it. right, like so. Then I'm gonna give it a stir again. Then I'm gonna taste it. Now this is what I'm talking about. Yes. Right, so I'm gonna cover it and allow it to cook. I'm gonna cover it and allow it to cook for a couple of minutes, you know what I mean? The vegetables are kind of hard. So I'm gonna cover it and allow it to cook for a few minutes. And after it's finished cook, then I'm gonna add in the fishes into it. Now as you can see, it's now come to a boil and it's looking so good. You can smell the aroma. Now I tell us I smell the fishy and the fish is not in it yet. So I'm gonna give it a few more minutes and then I'm gonna put the fishes in. There's no time to put the fishes in. I'm telling you, it's smelling so good. Alright, so there they go in. Let me see if I can put these right here. Alright. Just make a little shift, make some space so they can sit properly in there. Alright, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. Alright. Now I'm going to cover the pot and let them to go and cook, you know what I mean? So keep on tuning in. Alright, I'm gonna be working on the vegetable rice now. So let's keep on tuning in. So while the fish is cooking down, I'm gonna be working on the vegetable rice, which is right next to the pot here. Alright. So let's keep on tuning. Alright, so the water's gonna come into a boil. So what I'm gonna do is to put it aside and I'm going to pour in the coconut milk I have here. So coconut milk is in and I'm going to allow it to boil. Right? Which a boil or cook. Doesn't matter which one I want to say. Boil or cook. Alright, so I'm going to allow it to boil. Alright, for the next, say, 10 to 15 minutes. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead now and add some salt to the pot. Alright, that should be about it. Then I'm going to cover it and allow it to continue to boil, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to add the seasonings, and that would have been the Scotch-bonnet pepper, scallion and thyme. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and add in the scallion, or should I say the seasonings. Alright, but then I'm going to use a spoon and just to scrape around the side of the pot here as the coconut milk is gathered around here. You know, when it's boiling, especially if the cover is on it fully, and when it boils, it's going to form around the edge. So you don't want that, right? So you now want to do is just to scrape it down in the pot, like so, alright? Then I'll just half mass the pot like so, not to allow it to boil over or to come to too much of a high boiling in terms of the custard gonna form back around the pot. So I want the custard to stay within the middle, you know what I mean, boiling. I don't want it around the pot. So I'm not gonna cover the pot fully, I'm just gonna half mask it. While it's half mass, I'm gonna go back and take the cover off like so. And then I'm gonna pour in some vegetables, and this is some mixed vegetables. All right. Now this is the one that is in the freezer. However, I will eventually take it out and allow it to melt. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm just gonna give it a stir. Like so, you know what I mean? Let's see. Alright, so I'm going to put back the cover on, and then I'm going to allow it to continue to cook. You know, as we said before, the pot is not fully covered, right? Because if you fully cover it, the milk will boil and come over, or it will froth up too much in it and it will form around the rim of the edge of the pot. And I don't need that, so I need it to stay within, you know what I mean? So just keep on tuning in. Alright, so as you can see, the fish is simmering down. Alright, so I'm gonna give it at least 5 more minutes and then I'm gonna turn it off. Alright, so here it is, guys. Here's my brown stew fish. It's simmering down right now. I'm gonna turn it off in the next, say, 2 minutes or so. And it's smelling so delicious, guys. I cannot wait to dive into this. Oh yes. Now this is something worthwhile talking about. MTC's brown stew fish. Smells real good. Can you smell what I'm smelling? Can you smell what I'm smelling? Can you smell what I'm smelling? Oh gosh. Oh yes. Alright, so I'm going to scrape down the milk from on the side of the pot again. Yeah, so this is the color of the boiled milk. It's formed around the side of the pot. Then I'm going to go ahead and just stir up it. You know what I mean? And then I'm going to add in the cook the rice. Right? Now the rice was washed already. Now my rice, I need to wash my rice at least 3 times or more. It depends on the condition of the rice, because sometimes the rice can be really white. You know what I mean? So you have to make sure you wash it thoroughly. Furthermore, there can be debris in it and everything, so you have to make sure you pick it first thing first before you go ahead and wash it. Right? Pick it first, then you wash it after. That way, you know, a better control. You can see the debris within the rice before you go ahead and wash it. That's just how it is, right? So I'm just going to give this a stir because I want to make sure that the vegetables and the rice is combined, so they should be mixed up, you know what I mean? I don't want to have too much vegetables in one area or so on, so they need to be mixed with the rice. Alright, so I'm going to cover the pot now, but let me just taste it just for a minute. Alright, it tastes okay, so I'm going to cover the pot. But as soon as it comes to a boil, I'm going to come back and stir again because I want to make sure that the rice is not sticking to the pot, nor too much vegetables in one area. So I want to make sure it is properly you know, what should I say? It is properly mixed up. All right. So keep on tuning in, and you'll see the results on that. All right. So it's now come to a boil. So I'm just going to give it a stir. As I said before, I want to make sure that the vegetables is mixed with the rice properly. You know what I mean? I don't want to have too much vegetables in one area. You know what I mean? So this is how I want it to be. This is how I need it to be. Not want it to be, but how I need it to be. Alright, so I'm going to cover the pot and allow it to continue to cook. Alright guys, so let's keep on tuning in. If you don't know things set, MT's here on the show now. Alright? Alright, so the coconut maker is now boiled down. So the flame is now reduced, so it is steaming now. And I'm going to allow it to continue to steam until the rice is properly cooked. Alright, so just keep on tuning in and you'll see the results when I'm finished. Now here is the finished result of my vegetable rice. Yes indeed guys, the rice is now properly steamed. So I'm going to turn off the flame now and just let it sit until I'm ready to have my way with my brown stew fish and vegetable rice. Guys, it's always a pleasure to share with you what I prepare in my kitchen. So please remember to thumbs up the video, leave a valuable comment, share me out, subscribe to my channel and hit that post notification bell and allow it to be on all. That way you'll be the first person to be notified when I drop a new video. Thank you for watching.